like Moses, the apostles. This is how you cast out demons. So starting with the Most High, Grandma Kamara, that is indeed his name. All right? The Holy Spirit, his name is Babylon. The name of our Lord, Abaramento.
Okay.
That is his name. That is all of them. And yes.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone to rule well and teach well. In salutations, Starter Akim, just pushing his truth, in all honesty and sincerity, cause full comes to earth. All right, as you can see, man, in the video, that guy War, man, he completely bugged out, man. Or he losing the oil. He completely losing the oil, man. All right. The Lord is stripping the oil from him. So this is just a warning, man, of, what can happen if you lose the oil, if Yahweh Shai forsake you, or, if you're like to fall out, whatever the case may be, this could be your end, man. All right. And this is, man, this is just, an example of what it's like, man. This is basically a scary thing, man. All right, it's a scary thing, to fall into the hands of the living power, the Most High. All right, to fall into his hands where the Lord can put this spirit on you. All right, man, it's scary. But I'm going to start at Luke chapter 11, verse 24. It says, when the unclean spirit is going out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and finding none. He said, I will return unto my house whence I came out. All right, so when you come into this truth, the Lord, takes certain, spirits, demons off of us, man. But you forsake the truth, and basically, take heed to other doctrines and other things may be, those spirits gonna hop back on you, man. All right, so when we came into the truth, all right, the spirit was all the unclean spirits was going off of us. All right, but they always trying to seek a way to find a way to return. But the spirit is dealing with you, or Yahweh Bashem Shai dealing with you through the Rakah, all right, through the spirit, all right, they can't come back. All right, so verse 25, it says, when he cometh, he find it swept and garnished. All right, so the Lord, he can sweep and garnish your mind, man. All right, take his truth off of you, that hedge of protection. All right, Ephesians 6 and 12. All right, because we wrestle not with not flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. So it's different entities, different demons around us, all right, that, the Lord protect us from. All right. That even the Lord is not open the veil over our eyes to see. And that's a blessing, man. For the Lord not to open your eyes to the spiritual world to see what's around you, because you will bug the hell out. And that's why these guys bugging the hell out, man. All right. Ain't no telling what they going through. They getting plagued in the mind, man. All right. Verse 26, it says, then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first. All right, so, hey, we was slight bugged out, before this truth. We didn't know which way was right and which way was left. All right, we didn't have no, understanding, we may knew certain things, through the spirit. We had a feeling, an inkling of certain things, but we didn't know what was going on for real. All right. But when the Lord brought us to this truth, we've been made whole. He made our mind whole, man. Or he put us in our right mind. All right. But if you lose this truth, you get back out of your right mind. All right. So you become bugged out. So your last state going to be worse than your first, man. And we seeing this with this guy at War, man. He's just an example, man. And this is a scary thing, man. It will put fear in you that you don't want to be like this guy, man. Because that's a terrible thing to happen to you. All right, Lord willing, don't happen to us. Lord willing, we gird up and stay in the faith. All right, so let me go to Matthew 25. All right, I'm going to the 5, the 10 virgins. All right, so this is Matthew chapter 25, starting at verse 2. Well, I started at the top. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. All right, the virgins represents, the men of the Lord, the prophets, all right, who took their lamps, all right, which, symbolize, us, holding firm, keeping our truth, keeping the truth. Salakia, trimming our lamps, keeping our lamps, making sure it stay burning, all right, us tending to the prophecies, all right, so we can meet Yahweh Shai, all right, the bridegroom, all right, verse 2, and 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. All right, so how you going to keep the truth or keep your lamp going, the fire burning for this truth, if you're not taking no oil with you? All right, if you're not, operating in the spirit, man. All right, you operating in envy, these other emotions and feelings, you're not operating in being brotherly and other things. All right, if you're not taking the oil with you, how can you trim your lamps? All right, it says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So if you're wise, you'll take oil, you'll operate in the spirit, man. All right, you constantly keep the spirit going and flowing. All right, so while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. All right, so, it was times, we had to, perish and come back again. All right, while the bridegroom, while Yahweh Shai, when he got resurrected and went in the chariot, and we had to be here for a while. So, so we know that we got to wait. All right. He said they all slumbered and slept, but we had perished and came back. All right. Verse 6 and said, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. So, that's why you want to trim your lamp or make sure you got oil, make sure, you constantly, dealing with the rakah, the spirit. Lord willing, the Lord keep the spirit on you. Just like what David prayed, King David, prayed for the Lord not to take the Holy Spirit away from him. All right, so that's what we got to pray all the time, constantly. All right, we don't want to be in the state of that guy where the Lord just stripped the spirit from you. And he's just out here just saying anything, man. This dude just saying anything, man. And it's scary, man. The Lord got him in that situation, that predicament, in that mind state, man. So it's ultimately the Most High, but, you might get mad about him blaspheming the word and blaspheming the name of the Lord. All right, he blaspheming the names. All right, it'll make you mad, but it's ultimately the Most High that got him in that state, and that's the scary thing, man. It's very scary, man. All right. So, we waiting for the bridegroom to come, Yahweh Shai to come. All right, so we can go and meet him. And this Yahweh Shai speaking this, man, of him coming back. All right, verse 7 said, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. All right, you got to trim it. Make sure, it's able to burn bright, man, and not go out. All right, you don't want your lights to go out in this truth, man. Once your lights go out in this truth, whether you don't even got to perish for your lights to go out, and that's scary, man. All right, your lights can go out, upstairs, while you even still here, able-bodied. All right. Verse 8. And it said, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. See? So we don't want to be equated to being a foolish virgin, a foolish prophet, a foolish man of the Lord. All right. You don't want to be a foolish man in this truth. And you lose the oil, man. And the oil go out and your lamp go out. All right. It's over. All right. You don't want that to be you. All right, before I get Matthew 22, let me see, is it Revelation 2? Let me see. It might be 2 or 3. Let's see, 3. All right. Salakia. Where is it? I want to say about being lukewarm, the Lord would rather us be hot or cold and not lukewarm. All right. Where is it? Is it 1 or 2? Let me see. Salakia. That's why it's important to, constantly read. That's why the scripture say, blessed is he that readeth. You know, where is it? I know it's in Revelation. Where is it? Oh, here it goes. Salakia. Looking right over it. I knew it was in 3, man. All right, so this is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. All right, verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. All right, so you want to pick, man. All right. The Lord, know our works, man. All right. It says that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. So pick, man. If this not, for you, is best for you to go back into the world. All right. Because you try to fake the funk, keep on going. All right. What you seen, guys like that in the past, this really, won't for them. All right. And they tried to fake the funk and end up going back into the world. And, that's why I say the one that know this truth, you're going to be beaten with many stripes. So men like that going to get judged the hardest, man. Harder than the 2/3. Or because they actually knew. All right. So the Lord will want us to be cold or hot and not lukewarm. All right. Because if you lukewarm, the Lord going to spew you out of his mouth. All right. We make the analogy of, say, if you got coffee, most people drink their coffee hot. And when it get cold or lukewarm, they spit it and pour it out. All right. So you want to be hot and fervent in this truth. Basically, you want your spirit to gravitate to this truth and be fervent for it, man. Or you don't want to be lukewarm when it comes to this truth, go to camp, you halfway there, in and out. All right. You do a video. You sound like you don't want to do it. That's a sure sign of being lukewarm. Your spirit, where they say your heart not in it, but really your mind, your spirit is not in it. All right. So you want your spirit to be fervent for this truth. But Salakia, for that, I was looking over it. It happens sometimes, but hey, man, the water Yahweh Bashim Yashai, I found it and didn't give up. So Matthew chapter 22. All right. And where should I start it? Just want to get the part where it's talk about, you gotta have your garments, man. You gotta have your garment. What your garment represents this truth. All right, you holding fast to this truth. All right, matter of fact, I read a little bit at the top. All right, this Matthew chapter 22. All right, starting at the top, and Yahweh Shai answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son. All right, so that's what the Lord equating the kingdom is, man, which, what Yahweh is like he is bidding, is having a marriage made for his son, Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh is reuniting Yahweh Shai with the elect. All right, that's why, it says that Yahweh Shai is the bridegroom. All right, and we are, the bride of Yahweh Shai. Basically, we've been, bid to the marriage with Yahweh Shai, being joint heirs with him in the kingdom. All right. Verse 3, it says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. All right. So the Lord is bidding us to the wedding, By the way, else we had to wake up to this truth again. Or you got 2/3, they don't want to come to the wedding, man. All right. They want to come to the wedding to serve the Lord, man. All right. Verse 4, and again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. So it's already been set up. All you gotta do is just come to the wedding, come to the marriage, just wait for it. Hey, we waiting for that marriage to come. All right, that day to come. All right. So, the Lord sent for servants, man. All right, to tell the people to come. And that's why, by the way of us going on the highways, byways and the highways, man. All right. It says, verse 5, but they made light of it and went their ways, one to his form and another to his merchandise. So that's how the 2/3 is. They trying to tend to other matters. Now or you see Jake, or they want about their money, or they ain't trying to forsake their lives right now. So the script say, if you love your life, you shall lose it. They care more about their life on this side. They ain't looking for the life on the next side, man. With Yahweh Shai, they ain't looking for that. All right, verse 6. And it says, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. All right. So, hey, that's how we feel towards the 2/3, man. All right. But to continue, it says, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burnt up their cities. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. So the ones that didn't want to go, all right, the 2/3, man, hey, they just gonna perish with this place. All right. They're gonna be destroyed along with Babylon the Great. They're gonna get destroyed along with their possessions, man. All right. But the servants, all right, hey, that's ready for, Yahweh Shai, they got their garments on, ready. Hey, man, that shows you through the spirit, by us going to the byways and the highways, we got our garments. Whereas just because you got a garment on don't necessarily mean you're a man of the Lord. Look at the guy of war. He could go out there and camp with his garment. That don't mean he's a man of the Lord, especially by the way things that he's saying. That's how we judge men, by their words and their actions, mainly their words, man. And this guy's words not adding up. So that's how we know he's not a man of the Lord. All right. So, so the wedding is ready, man. And we're not trying to be destroyed, all right, with Babylon, man. So verse 9, it says, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. Wake up the elect to bid them to the marriage. All right. So it's going to be some that's not bidding, what's not going to come or partake in it. All right. But hey, we're calling forth men, fruit meant for repentance, man. All right. Good. We're trying to bring in good, good fruit. All right. And throw the bad fruit out. So, you're going to have guys to come in this thing and fall out and bug out. So that's what come with it, man. All right. Verse 10, it says, so those servants went out to the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. So bad and good came in, but the bad going to get casted out. So you got good and bad in it. Even to this day, you got good and bad, getting prepared for the wedding. But the bad is always going to fall out, especially in these last days. The bad going to fall out. All right. And said, the wedding was furnished with guests. All right. So we're guests in the wedding, man. All right. So we pray and hope that we're the good of the good and not the bad. All right. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on the wedding garment. So, that's how they're going to get sought out, because when the Lord comes, the Lord say he comes as a thief in the night. All right. So if you're not prepared, man, hey, man, hey, that's a sure sign that, you ain't going to be saved, receive salvation. All right. So if you don't have your wedding garment on, you're not prepared, you're not, maintaining, holding fast what you have, constantly enduring, watching, being on your watchtower, watching with prophecy, all right, doing the things you need to do to stay on your toes in this thing. All right, that's how you're not having your garment on. All right, verse 12, and he said unto him, friend, how comest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. So you're gonna be speechless, man. All right, it's like the Lord come, and the ones say, Lord, Lord, did I not cast out demons, devils in your name, saying that they did all this and did that. But the Lord gonna say still that he don't know you because you didn't do enough, or you wasn't in the right spirit of doing it, man. All right. Your spirit won't right. All right. So you got guys in this truth, they might, say they're a man of the Lord or striving to be, but their heart not completely right. They didn't put fully off their old man. All right. where you got, men coming to be a guest, all right, part of the Lord's house, but they don't even have their wedding garment on. Basically, they not prepared, man, whatever the case may be. All right. They're gonna be found speechless. All right, verse 13. Then said the king of the servants, bind him hand and foot and take him away and cast him into outer darkness. So you're gonna be cast into outer darkness, just like this guy, man. You're gonna be cast into outer darkness. You're gonna be saying just anything coming to your head. That's not a good thing. All right, being cast into outer darkness from the Lord, man. It says there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. So it's gonna be crying. People gonna be bitter, like, man, how the Lord can do this to me. People gonna be butthurt, as the modern day term. People they gonna feel that pain, man. All right, so verse 14, for many are called, but few are chosen. So you can be called, but you may not be chosen. So as many people preparing to be guests, many men, all right, a part of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's being called to be a part of the being a guest, all right, to the wedding. All right. But only the men of the Lord, the good, all right, the righteous, going to be saved. So the bad that's in the midst going to get weeded out. They're going to fall by the wayside. What's going on? It's constantly going on. But, but the elect going to stand faithful and true in the end. All right. So it's different stumbling blocks, different things that sift the wicked, the bad of us out the way. And that's why we constantly want to pray, remain humble. All right. And to pray, get them demons off of us, to get them thoughts and all those things off of us. Because we in the flesh. So that's why we got to constantly pray and fast, man. You got to constantly do these things to endure. All right. So you can't just say in your mind or in your heart, or just say, for sure you're a man of the Lord, because you never know what's going to happen or what your life might end up being. So we can only pray and hope. All right. But we can also build our faith up and have faith in Yahweh while Yahweh shy, but still remain humble. Don't get too egotistical and too much caught up in the thinking like, I'm a man of the Lord, and thinking that, you untouchable. All right. Because we still, go through certain things on this earth, saying our faults. We still, get, what's the word? We still get chastised, so to say. We get chastised. So it may not get judged in the aspect of what a 2/3 or the case may be, but we still get chastised because the Lord love you. If Yahweh love you, he'll chastise you as a son. All right, look what he did, his only begotten son. All right, and the Lord said, Yahweh Shai told us to bear our cross and follow him. All right, and if you're not trying to bear that cross, then you can't say you're a servant of the Lord if you're not trying to do that. All right, that's why we present our body as a living sacrifice. Because really, when you think about it, the scripture say this is our light affliction. Basically, man, when this place is all said and done, like, man, this is all we had to do, and this is what we receive. That's how we're gonna be, man. But we're trying to fight not to have our latter end to be like this guy, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this is an edifying and uplifting video. And with that being said, shalom.